What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd, and I am back with another Age of Mythology video for you. This time we're looking at Tsukuyomi. How come is it that when we're looking at AOM stats, we're looking at the most winningest god in the game? It's Tsukuyomi. How did this come about? Amaterasu was by far the best Japanese player for the longest time, and Susanoo was the worst. Susanoo, by the way, is above 50% now, but we'll keep that for another video, for another day. For now, let's actually just stick to Tsukuyomi. How did he get such a high win rate here? Um, you see here, he's got a positive win rate against most gods in the game. Negative versus Gaia, Urano, Shinong, we'll see, there's some here. But all in all, this god is faring extremely well right now. And a big part of it is because of the unit you see over here on the beat here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. I hope you can. The Tengu on the far left on the B here. I placed this myth unit on B tier when I did my Japanese unit tier list. And that was a big mistake. That was a big fail from me. I apologize. The unit belongs up on S tier next to the Rei Jin, perhaps even above it. This Tengu unit is ridiculously broken. And just to give you an idea of how broken the Tengu is, see this. I watched the Rebel stream earlier, and he's against this guy Vega. And Vega, among many other people on the ladder right now, are doing one strategy and one strategy only with Tsukuyomi. And it's the Tsukuyomi Fast Heroic, where you use New Moon on the temple and then you spam out as many Tengu as you can, usually 3 or 4. You get your Shogun out, and then what you're about to witness here is what's going to happen when you do the strategy. We're 8 minutes into the game, by the way. Rebel is not ready for this attack at all. The Tengu, of course, the myth unit that you're witnessing in action right here, it jumps in, kills villagers in 2 hits after a special attack. And they even take down heroes. Look at this. Rebel building heroes to counter the Tengu. What an idiot. You can't do that. You gotta come up with a better counter than that. Because heroes, clearly not it. Look at it here. The Miko going down in less than a second. The Tengu unit, I don't know what to say. This unit is ridiculous. And another thing, the Rebel, he won the last time we had a tournament in Age of Mythology. He won the last big tournament. Not a big tournament, A-tier tournament. And Vega, to be quite honest, I never heard of him before, but Vega he's figured out this build order for himself, the strategy for himself, and he's toying with the Rebel here. Rebel has no chance at all. You look at the score here, we're 9 minutes in. From minute 8 to minute 9, it's just been a big disaster for Rebel, and he simply cannot keep up. Tried to use Thunderburst here to make something happen, and it's just not working. We're gonna fast forward a bit here. Rebel trying to stay in the game, but Vega knows that he's got the clear upper hand, and he's actually just now taking all his units and attacking the town center. There's 10 villagers in this TC, so he can get away with this, even though he's losing a lot of units during this process. Rebel has only got 21 villagers in total. 10 of them are sitting inside the TC. There's one in a tower right here. So this is just brutal. Rebel is out of this game already. Way out of this game. He never had a chance, some would say. Yeah, Rebel just calls it here. Whenever he actually loses the town center as well. What nonsense is this? So let's take a look at how to actually do this strategy. So I figured I would try to do this strategy in ranked. I said actually when I started the stream where I did this, I said I wouldn't do it because I find it unethical, but people wanted to see it. So I'll give my build order, I give my thoughts on everything here. First things first, if you want actually the build order, you can check out my all Japanese build orders, and you can find a good description of it there with more in-depth, I guess. First things first, 1 villager on wood, 1 on gold, 1 on food, and immediately build a Miko. I think the one I show in that video, I built 3 Mikos in total. Here I just sit on 2. So one Miko goes here and another goes here. I don't want them outside of my base because I'm going for fast heroic. So I'm versus Amaterasu here. If they go very aggressive on me early on, I'm not going to be able to defend my shrines outside of my base. So I'm keeping them at home, nice and safe. Rest of the build order is everyone on food up until I have 8. And then I'll describe what to do from there on out. But basically, we don't really want to do much in the classical age. We want to pretty much leapfrog from classical age directly to the heroic age. Because it's in the heroic age that we get access to the Shogun. It's in the heroic age we get to use our new moon. Everything comes together in the heroic age. So if we start spending resources on stables and getting a few horses out in the classical age and so on, we're just delaying our power spike. We don't want to do that. So it's all in on hitting a nice heroic age timing with favor in the bank. You can fast forward a bit here. So right now we're on 8 villagers on food. And as I always say, try to have 2 or 3 villagers on an animal, not much more than that. If you have that, they'll begin to stack onto each other and the pathfinding won't quite work. So I like to do it like this. And also try to hit them in towards your watermill to minimize walking time. So that's 8 on food. Now we put an additional villager onto wood, and the rest of the villagers goes on to gold. Now you'll see my gold mine here is actually horrendous. Very, very poor gold mine. There's no way for me to defend this. I could start walling like here, here, and here, but it's gonna be way too many walls. It's too costly, both in gold and idle villager time that it'll take to build them. And even if I get them up, I'm not gonna be able to defend them once he gets his Kamaitachi, his samurais, etc. on top of the walls. So I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna pray that I can get to 500 gold that I need to get to the heroic age. So yeah, we see, this is actually what I'm talking about. Once you begin to have villages cluttered like this, villagers will start to move around a bit. So try not to do that here. The right move is to send one villager up here, shift click, kill this green pheasant, or shoot at it, and then wait for it to move near the watermill. See if I actually manage. I hope. I'll also use the Miko here to right click it. Would have been a nice play. So, as always, when you're doing a strategy, when you know exactly what to do, you're going for some form of timing attack. This is why I'm talking about the economy, the macro aspects of the economy here, is because if I don't, if you have villagers like this is actually really bad. Now I have 8 villagers on one pheasant, and you see, it just doesn't work. 1 is sleeping, 2 is sleeping. Really, really bad. So try not to do this because it's gonna delay your timing attack by a lot when this happens. Here, I got super lucky. I picked up Harmonious Necklace, arguably the best relic in the game, just before him. To be fair, it doesn't matter much against Amaterasu with this strategy, but whatever. So he's walking in with a Kamaitachi here, and he's forcing me to get away from this gold mine. I just go on to the cows, so at least my villagers aren't idle. So at least I'm getting something done, right? And when my Mikos are back, I can slowly start to move villagers back up here. Really bad to have idle time here, as I said. Very, very bad. And I know that he's got Solar Shield available, so I never commit to killing these weasels. I'm just fending them off. But he's doing a good job. He's forcing idle time on me, almost killing this villager, but not quite. But yeah, I'm not trying to kill the weasels. I'm just trying to survive. Seeing if I can get to that nice 500 gold that I need. And I think as soon as I hit Classical Age, I actually built a 3rd Miko here. That's the one that you're seeing here. This Miko doesn't have a shrine. She's simply there for healing purposes. Because I knew I was going to be under so much pressure. If I don't heal up my villagers, then the weasels are going to come back and they're going to kill the villagers because they'll be so low. But if I keep them full HP, it'll be alright. So look at my economy now. I've got 500 gold. Finally, I got to it. So now all I need is the food. And here I could have maybe stopped this villager, get a slightly earlier fast heroic, but I'm thinking I do want the better economy also, so getting that extra villager, and now when this guy is finished, surely I'm going to be sending all my food back from my villagers, and then I can go heroic age. There we go. I'm pre-queued Hachiman. Just need 2 food. And there we go. And I get pissed off of the hunt and of the gold mine. I have 200 gold in bank, and that's all I need because now I'm setting up a stable. The stable is so that I can get a daimyo out, which I will convert into a shogun. And I'm making my economy very, very different. So you look, I have 5 on food, 0 on gold, and 15 on wood. Reason being, Tengu costs 200 wood, 15 favor. I'm gonna use New Moon, which is gonna give me all the temple upgrades. And it's gonna make my production from the temple a lot faster. So I need as much wood as I can when I hit the heroic age here. Because I'm gonna use New Moon on the temple, and then during it, I think it's like 10 seconds, I want to ensure that I'm producing Tengu if possible. Armory, not too important when you're doing this strategy here. I want to use New Moon on the temple, like I said. It's still nice to have them, especially because you have the Shogun, and Shogun is 50% more affected by armory upgrades than regular units, because he's a hero. So I do want the armory upgrades in when I can afford it, but right now, my only priority is getting Tengu out and the Daimyo. That's what's happening here. I'm using New Moon on the temple, I'm getting all my Daimyo out, or all my Tengu out, the Daimyo is out, instantly convert him into a Shogun, and I take this fight. I already killed 1 samurai, here's a second. Spider Lady playing with him for now, but we're gonna be able to finish him off. And even just this little small skirmish here gave me like 50 or 100 gold. You can rewind to see for yourself. I don't know how much it was, but some gold. And now I'm in a great spot. This army doesn't look like much, but it's menacing. And he's actually going aggressive on me here. I did not expect this at all. So what I'm doing here is I'm splitting my Tengus up. I highly recommend doing this. These units, even just one of them, are so good at raiding, so you don't need to send them all together. Like if you have 4 of them, don't send them in one group. Split them up. So for example, here I have 2 in my main army. I have 1 raiding here, 1 raiding here. And I'm taking the fight here. I should have used Swampland. I was greedy and I waited with it, but he's having so many samurais here. I should have just used Swampland. Stop greeting. And then look over here. 1 Tengu attacking the Miko, killing it with ease. And over here, the other Tengu is diving the TC, 2-shotting villagers. This is so unfair. After the jump, the attack damage on this fella is so ridiculous. See it here? 2 hits and the villager is gone. It only lasts for 5 seconds or so, but it's enough. It's enough for you to deal so much damage. And over here, I kind of lost this fight. Not too badly, but I lost it. But then, because I have Tengu over here raiding, dealing so much damage, it's all good. Look at the villager difference. I'm 28, he's 21. And this is despite me going heroic, by the way. Despite me spending a lot of precious TC time going heroic, I'm still up by, well, 6 now. I was 8 at some point, but you get the point, right? The Tengu are just dealing insane amounts of damage here. And look at this. Even 1 Tengu taking down a hero like this. It's just ridiculous. And I'm not even doing that good a job microing here. I could have easily just sniped some additional villagers here. But there we go. This is the Tengu. I think you can see by now why Tsukuyomi is the god with the best win rate in the game. It's really, really sick what this unit does. And the fact that it beats heroes as well. I think Onimusha, if you're playing against it, you gotta go for a melee hero. So Onimusha probably the best thing you can do. Bushi is fragile and it doesn't deal that much damage to the Tengu. So yeah, this is At this point, I'm 30 villagers, he's 19. So I lost the fight over here in the middle because I was greedy with my swampland. I still have it, I just haven't used it, so it's, yeah, I was being greedy. But I know that I killed so many villagers. I know I forced so much idle time. Did a nice raid here as well. And I know that all I gotta do now is just get a nice mass of units. I like horse archers versus samurai spam because I get to dictate when I want to fight. I'm the one who decides when and where to fight. And this is such a good group here, actually. 1 Tengu, 18 horse archers. GG. This is Tsukuyomi abuse. Yep. I hope you liked this video. Any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll try to answer. I'll see you guys later.